Hello everyone and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Alisa, number matrix 2977490, and today I will explain to you about activity-based costing, or also known as ABC. I will be present about the introduction of ABC, why it was created, and the journal that I'm referring to is titled Why Activity-Based Costing is Still Tagging Behind Traditional Costing in Malaysia by Devi Naga Rasya, published in 2011. So now, let's start with the meaning of ABC. So what is ABC? ABC is a system that helps businesses find the true cost of making a product or giving a services. It works by looking at what activities are needed and how much each of those activity costs. Then it divides the cost to the product or services based on how much they use those activities. So let's use a restaurant as an example. So if a customer eats in the restaurant, the waiter needs to clean the table, turn on the light and aircon, and have a waiter to serve the foods. If the customer orders takeaway, for example, there's no table or waiter, but the restaurant uses packaging and delivery. So ABC helps the restaurant know which one actually costs more to provide. So now, let's talk about how ABC is different from traditional costing. Traditional costing is use simple method like counting how many hours the workers work and how many machines are used. But this doesn't always show the real cost, especially if the business has many different types of product or services. But ABC is different because it focuses on the actual work done. For example, in our restaurant, traditional costing might give the same cost to both dine-in and takeaway meals. But ABC shows that dine-in uses more space, electricity, and staff time, while takeaway uses more packaging and delivery. So this gives a clearer and more useful picture about how many costs are used based on activities. So why was ABC created? So back in the 1980s, many companies started using more machines and less labor. The old costing system, which focuses on labor hour, became less accurate. Also, companies started to offer more products, each using different resources. So managers needed better information to help them make smart decisions, like how to price item or where to cut costs. That's why ABC was introduced, because it gives more detailed and useful cost information. So now I would like to share a Malaysian journal that related to this topic. The title is Why Activity-Based Costing is Still Tagging Behind Traditional Costing in Malaysia by Devi Naga Rasya, published in 2011. This study highlights an important issues. Even though activity-based costing provides more accurate and meaningful cost information compared to traditional costing, many companies in Malaysia are still reluctant to adopt it. Why? Mainly because ABC is seen as costly, time-consuming, and complicated to implement, especially for small and medium enterprises. Some managers also believe their current system, usually traditional costing, are already good enough for decision making. But the journal makes a key point. There's no one-size-fits-all costing system. The meaning is, each company should select the method that best fits its needs. However, if a businesses want more accurate cost insight, especially when dealing with complex operation or product diversity, then ABC is clearly a better option. To conclude, we've learned that activity-based costing is a modern approach that assigns costs based on actual activities performed, unlike traditional methods that often rely on broad estimates like labor or machine hour. ABC was developed to fix the weaknesses of older costing system, giving managers clearer, more precise data to make better decisions. Even though ABC hasn't been widely adopted in Malaysia yet, it offers many long-term benefits in terms of cost control, performance measurement, and strategic decision making. So I hope this presentation helped you understand why ABC is matter and why choosing the right costing system is so important for business today. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Nurul Husna binti Hamdan, matrix number 297481, and today I will present about who created activity-based costing and its early development, along with an example from a real life of companies such as Daibon. Who created activity-based costing, or ABC? ABC was introduced in 1980 by two accounting experts, which is Robert Kaplan from the Harvard Business School and Reuben Cooper. They developed ABC because traditional costing method often give inaccurate result, especially in modern company with a complex operation and high overhead. Their work was published in 1987 through the book Accounting and Management, a field study perspective. A main goal of ABC to assign costs more accurately and by focusing on actual activity that use resources instead of just using labor hour or machine time like in traditional system. Next is early application of ABC. ABC was first used in large US manufacturing firms such as Daimler Chrysler, Hewlett-Packard, Alcoa, and even in government bodies like the Federal Aviation Administration. This organization had complex process and multiple product of services that making traditional costing unreliable. Later, ABC also spread to service industries such as bank, hospital, and multinational companies like Daibon. ABC helped this company trace overhead costs more accurately, giving managers better insight into the real cost of producing a product or delivering a service. This support a smart decision in pricing, outsourcing, budgeting, and process improvement. Now let me explain the basic structure of ABC using a simple example. There are 5 simple steps in ABC. First, we define the activity involved. For example, if they have a restaurant, they must define the activity like cooking, cleaning, and packaging. Second, we group the overhead costs into the activity pool based on those tasks. Third, we find the cost driver. What costs that increase the cost, such as the number of meal packed or table clean. Fourth, we calculate how much each activity costs per unit. And finally, we assign those costs to the product or services based on how much they use the each activity. For example, in restaurant, dine-in meal get more costs from cleaning and services, while takeaway meal get more from packaging. Next, a journal by Frank Mingeris in 2008 support this concept. Its title of journal is Activity-Based Costing at Daibon. Daibon is a global ATM manufacturer. They had a trouble with a traditional costing, especially when trying to allocate costs across a different countries and customers. By applying ABC, Daibon could trace overhead based on the actual activity by using a cost driver and a cost hierarchy. This gives them much more accurate view from their costs were being used. The case showed that ABC is just a theory. It's work in a real business environment, and it's proof that the system Kaplan and Cooper developed helped improve real-world decision making.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Izzah binti Ismail and my matric number 095575. Next is how ABC evolved, improvement or changes. For this article is about activity-based costing system in the service sector. The title is about a strategic approach for enhancing managerial decision making and competitiveness. Activity-based costing ABC was initially introduced in the 1970s and the 1918 by Robert Kaplan and Robert Cooper to solve the limitation of traditional cost accounting system. There is a key improvements over time, which is conventional methods use broad average and simplistic cost drivers such as direct labor hours, which led to distorted cost data and poor managerial decisions. So, ABC improved on this by accurately tracing costs to the actual activities that consumes resources. This was particularly helpful in the manufacturing sector, where increasing automation reduced direct labor costs but increase the indirect overhead. ABC allowed organizations to identify cost drivers and allocate costs based on the cause and effect relationships, leading to more precise costing and better decision making. Next is their performance that ABC focused on. As ABC evolved, organizations began to see it as a more than just a costing method. So it becomes a strategic tool. This gave rise to performance-focused ABC, PFABC, to enhance a model that uses actual data from employees and systems to determine the real resources used for each activity. So PFABC offer greater flexibility and accuracy, allowing companies to monitor cost behavior in real time. So this shift enable better alignment between cost management and strategic goals, empowering the companies to make faster, data-driven decisions and improve the efficiency and profitability. Next is ABC evolve again with the integration of economic value added (EVA), a financial metric that considers not only operational costs but also the cost of capital. While ABC focused on cost management, EVA brought in the perspective of investment efficiency. By combining the two, companies could understand both their operational effectiveness and how well they use the capital. The ABC EVA system enabled more complete profitability analysis that helping businesses make better investment decisions, so evaluate product and service returns, and manage their financial risk more effectively. Lastly, why ABC continues to evolve? So, in recent years, ABC has incorporated time-based management (TBM) to highlight delays, inefficiencies, and non-value-added time in processes. So, technological advancements like ERP systems have made ABC easier to implement and more accurate. Its role has expanded from accounting to being a company-wide tool for performance improvements. So today, ABC helps organizations enhance their efficiency, optimize resource allocation, benchmark processes, and drive strategic decision-making in highly competitive environments. So, it has truly transformed into a powerful system that helps businesses stay agile and profitable in the face of change.
Good morning and salam sejahtera to our fellow lecturer Dr. Lok Yi Hui and our fellow classmates. My name is Tengku Nur Najihah binti Tengku Bahasham. My metric number is 297312 and I would like to talk about the global milestones and usage of activity-based costing or ABC. So today, I would give an article review of an article titled Activity-Based Costing Around the World, Adoption, Implementation, Outcomes and Criticism by an author named Maha F. Al-Sayeh that is published in the 1st March of 2020. So, next we will talk about the adoption rates. According to the article, Cooper argues that the companies who adopt activity-based costing will consequently shows a higher rate of return, a better decision-making, a higher level of satisfaction, and better financial results than the firm that not adopting the ABC method. The adoption of ABC differs from country to country and industry to industry and does not look the same in every company. That's why if a Malaysian company adopt the ABC costing method, it might not have the same adaptations of the company in the US. So, according to the article, the ABC adoption in developed countries has shown a rising trend of adoption rate. So, as we can see, in the article mentioned that in the United States of America, the adoption of ABC activity-based costing method has surged from 11% in 1993 up to 40.7% in the early 2000s. And same goes to the Canada, which is 14% in the 1993 and up to 30% in 1997. Similar with all other countries like United Kingdom, France, Australia and Ireland, all these developed countries has shown a rising statistic of adoptions in ABC method. Next, in the article also mentioned the adoption rates of activity-based costing in developing countries. For example, in Malaysia, the article stated that up until 2007, Malaysian have an adoption rate of ABC costing up to 36% in the early 2007. And same goes with our neighboring countries, Thailand. It has a 35% of ABC adoption rates in 2005 and South Africa 12% in 2007, Tunisia 24%, and same goes with Cameroon and Hong Kong, which is rate from 9% to 11% in the early 2000s. The article mentioned that the key factors influencing the differences of the ABC activity-based costing method is because of first, its organizational size and structure, management support and training, availability of technology, national and corporate culture, industry complexity and product diversity. So these are the factors that influence the differences of ABC adoption. As you can see, not all company from United States of America is the same size with the company in Malaysia. And also, the availability of technology in America is also not the same in Malaysia or any other Southeast Asia. Therefore, this is the factors that influence the differences of the adaptation of activity-based costings in these countries. That's why this system is varies from country to country and industry to industry. Next, we will talk about the differences in ABC implementation across countries. So as you can see from the slide, in developed countries such as USA, it is focused on financial results, which has a quick adaptation where data system exists, and it has a higher success in large firm with top-down support. And same goes with France. It has a gradual adaptation of 15 to 33% of ABC rates because of it is influenced by national accounting traditions. Next, the United Kingdom has ABC used in both finance and manufacturing, and it has a mixed adaptation of success due to system complexity. Same goes with Australia. It has a strong rise in adoptions in the late 90s, which it emphasized on linking ABC to performance improvement. This is because all these developed countries has believed that ABC is proven to have a more efficient way to manage a system and manage data, which is good for their company. Next, for developing countries, according to the article, Malaysia has a 36% adoption mainly in manufacturing sector, and Malaysia has successfully linked to government encouragement and training, which shows that Malaysia soon will have a prediction of rising ABC activity-based costing method in the future. And also, same goes with Thailand. ABC adoption is driven by increased product complexity and cultural factors require continuous adaptation. And same goes with South Africa, where the larger firms are more likely to adopt ABC due to better resources within the countries. And as for Tunisia and Cameroon, the adaptation is still low, which is 9 to 24%. This is because of the barriers, which is lack of trainings, resistance to change, and weak tax system. And this is something that developing countries such as Tunisia and Cameroon need to work on in order to have a better implementation of activity-based costing. Lastly, the usage of activity-based costing in the whole worldwide is because of its benefits. So, the article mentioned that the benefits of using ABC can give the company an accurate product costing, improve profitability, a better cost transparency, informed decision making, better performance measurement, and enhanced competitive edge. So these are the benefits of using ABC, and that's why the adoption rates of activity-based costing in the future is predicted to keep on rising because of its potential benefits that can help to increase the productivity of a company. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Firdaus bin Alizan. My metric number is 296668. Okay, now I would like to present my section which is titled Activity Based Costing ABC in Malaysia for companies and case studies. Okay, first is introduction to ABC. Traditional costing system often misallocate overhead by using broad average like direct labor hours or machine hours. In contrast, activity-based costing or ABC assign overhead more accurately by linking it to the specific activity that drive those costs. This method not only improve cost accuracy but also support better decision making and stronger cost control across the organization. Okay, second is ABC adoption in Malaysia. In Malaysia, the adoption of activity-based costing remain relatively low, which only about 28% of companies are implementing. The main barriers include lack of awareness, high implementation costs, and limited support from top management. Despite this, ABC is gaining traction, particularly in the service and manufacturing sectors where cost accuracy is critical. Okay, third is research objective. This study was designed with four key objectives in mind. First, to understand why company in Malaysia choose to adopt activity-based costing. Second, to identify the challenge they face during implementation. Third, to highlight the benefit they gain from using ABC. And finally, to contribute to the existing literature through the real-life case studies of Malaysian companies. Fourth is methodology. To explore the implementation of ABC in Malaysia, the research used a case study approach focusing on two companies, which is CM, US-based semiconductor manufacture operation in Malaysia, and TM, a Malaysian telecommunication provider. Data was collected through interview, review of internal documents, and on-site visit, providing a rich and detailed understanding of each company's experience. Number five is case study for CM, Semiconductor Company. CM, a US-based semiconductor manufacturer operating in Malaysia, implemented ABC in 1991 following a directive from its headquarters. The implementation went through four phases. First is initiation, designing a globally consistent model, system implementation, including training and software, and finally using the information for pricing and cost modeling. Despite challenges like high software costs and the need for staff training, the company benefits significantly, identifying process bottlenecks such as in the wire bond area, and enhancing both pricing strategy and overall process efficiency. Number six is case study for TM, telecommunication company. As unlike CM, TM, a Malaysian telecommunication company, adopted ABC voluntarily in 1996, motivated by rising competition and internal cost issue like excessive overtime. The system was implemented across several departments, including network and marketing. TM faced challenges such as skepticism from top management and the pace of technological change. However, the benefits were substantial. ABC helped reduce waste and overtime, enhance customer profitability analysis, and foster better collaboration between technical and financial teams. Number seven is strategy and operational benefits. ABC provide both strategy and operational advantage. Strategically, it enables company to identify and discontinue unprofitable products or customer and to improve their competitive pricing strategies. Operationally, it helps reduce waste and downtime, highlight non-value added activities, and ensure that costs are more accurately aligned with the actual activity driving them. And last but not least is conclusion. In conclusion, while ABC is a valuable tool, it remains underutilized in Malaysia. The main challenges are not technical but managerial, such as lack of support and training. However, as demonstrated by both TM and CM, ABC can significantly enhance profitability and decision making. The key takeaway is to focus on people, provide proper training, and keep the system as simple and practical as possible.